our guest speaker, respected faculty members, and all my fellow DITs present here today. I am Sampurna Shah from EC second year.
And I am Gupita Pradhan from CAC second year. We would be your hosts for today. Ministry of Education, MOE, Government of India, is making every possible effort to drive innovation and entrepreneurship to emerge as one of the focal points of our education system. Thus, MOE, Government of India, has established Institutions Innovation Cell, IIC, to systematically foster the culture of innovation amongst all higher education, to nurture students by supporting them to work with new ideas and transform their prototypes into success stories. So, taking part in this initiative, Institutions Innovation Council of Bengal Institute of Technology, that is IICBIT 5.0, presents the seminar on the topic Achieving Problem Solution Fit and Product Market Fit.
Today's date, 16 January, itself is an important day. In 2022, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced January 16 as National Startup Day to celebrate the spirit of the Indian startup ecosystem. It is a flagship initiative intended to catalyze startup culture and build a strong and inclusive ecosystem for innovation and entrepreneurship in India. It strives with the objective of supporting entrepreneurs, building a robust startup ecosystem, and transforming India into a country of job creators instead of job seekers. To celebrate the importance of National Startup Day, we have with us our guest speaker, who is our very own alumni, Mr. Sayantan Mookherjee sir. He is a pass-out from 2008 batch, the degree in computer science. Thereby, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all to this wonderful session where we have Mr. Sayantan Mookherjee sir today to share his story and his insights about entrepreneurship and inspire us so that we could also be among the successful entrepreneurs in the coming future.
Before we start the seminar, I would like to call our Principal Sir, Professor Dr. N.C. Ghosh, the guest speaker, Mr. Sayantan Mookherjee Sir, the President of IICBIT, Dr. Orpita Chakraborty Ma'am, the Vice President of IICBIT, Dr. Kapun Kumar Pal Sir, and the Convener of IICBIT, Professor Devalina Badik Ma'am, to the dais. I would request Sir Mr. Mondol, Krishna Maiki, and Shreya Bunia to do the flower felicitation of our respected Principal Sir, guest speaker, President of IICBIT, Vice President of IICBIT, and Convener of IICBIT. Now, I will request our Principal Sir, Professor Dr. N.C. Ghosh Sir, to say few words to commence this session.
Yeah, very good evening. I heartily welcome our student, Mr. Sayantan Mookherjee. He is the guest speaker for today's event. I welcome our President of IIC, Dr. Orpita Chakraborty, Vice President Dr. Kapun Pal, and Convener Professor Devalina Badik, and all our faculties, and also our students, and of course our two anchors, they are here. They have been trying to narrate everything today. As they say that today is a very special day in that sense. It is the National Startup Day. And also mentioned that it has been announced in 2022 by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So I will just add one point to that. The reason of announcing 16 January as the National Startup Day is, in that year, in 2022, more than 62,000 startup projects has been received, and it has which could form a part of our industry's development. And it was the day it was announced, next day it has the startup day. So that is the reason that Prime Minister has announced it the National Startup Day. So startup name itself speaks everything, and there are some points word coined down with the startup. Reason we want to become self-sufficient on our innovation, entrepreneurship and startup and skill development. That is the main intent of startup. So, and of course our IIC, all the time IIC has been trying to invite some of the people in the society or in the corporate sector, those who are doing some excellent work. Out of them, our Sayantan is one of them. He is going to talk about achieving problem solution fit and product market fit. The title itself speaks what he is going to talk about. So, on the other hand, our IIC has been thriving a lot to achieve something in its future endeavor. Day by day, our AICTE and also Ministry of Education is making things very hard. Means it's not easy that by doing activities in last year's whatever we will be doing this year, by doing the same thing we will achieve the same star. So it is one aspect of the for the institute that we should achieve something, and also at the same time we should deliver some goods to the student, because student will be interacting with some of their seniors or some of their expert resource person to have better idea about the startup or skill development and entrepreneurship. So of course it is our try to interact or to get interacted students with the resource person. So it is you students will have to thrive your whatever you expect and whatever you want to get from your seniors or resource person. We in the IIC and from the college we are trying to make a interface, right? We are trying to make an interface between the students and also the resource person. Then you will have to break the interface and you will have to enter into the real world. So without going further details, because Sayantan himself will speak what he intend to speak today, and he will also narrate because he is a real thriving person in the corporate sector as well, and he has started a startup and he has achieved something. That is why he has written that achieving problem and then solution fit, right? So that these are important aspects. So without going further, I will say good luck to each and every one, and also I will introduce or I will present Sayantan before our students and faculties. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share few words. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the words of encouragement.
Now I would request the President of IICBIT 5.2, Dr. Arpita Chakraborty ma'am, to say something.
Very good afternoon to one and all. Today is a National Startup Day, and today we are celebrating this special day with our alumni, Mr. Sayantan Mookherjee. It's definitely our opportunity to celebrate in this way. So I hope students you will be enjoying the session and ask as many questions you have from your senior also. So have the questions in your mind and keep on asking. I will not delay further. That's it for today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would request the Vice President of IICBIT 5.2, Dr. Tapan Kumar Pal, to say a few words.
Good evening, all of you. Now, India today is the third startup hubs all over the world. And you know that it is in numbers, I think it is the highest number of startups that are present in India that are not present in other countries, highest numbers. But what happens, you know that about 90 to 95% startups are going to fail within 5 years of start of their business. Now why they are failed? So that means there must be some lack for their business. Either they are not aware about that, they are not confident about that. And one reason I think is the market fit. That means whatever a product develop, it should be a market fit. Without that, any startup cannot progress. So that's why our alumni, Sayantan Mookherjee, he is also a successful entrepreneur. He also explained that what is the market fit of your product? How can determine that this product can satisfy the consumers? And another thing is that you know that the startups or entrepreneurship is one kind of risk. There are a lot of risks are there, but one quotations I would say about that, the Mark Zuckerberg that said that the biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risk. So this is the final words I want to say. And today the market fit types of session, I think you also enjoy that because he is also a successful entrepreneur. So that's why he also explained how the product that you have designed can be successful for your consumers. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would request the respected dignitaries to please come down from the dais. And I would like to request my co-host Sampurna to introduce our guest speaker.
Now I would like to say something about Sayantan Mookherjee, sir. Sayantan Mookherjee is a founder at 221B Baker Street, which is generating highly qualified sales opportunities for diverse industry verticals like SaaS, chemicals to light sports aircraft, manufactured from 5 continents. Earlier in his career, Sir was the youngest operations manager in Wipro Technologies, handling revenue and resource forecasting for 64 clients, including Apple, Microsoft, NetApp, etc., under enterprise computing practice. Sir has been nominated by FBI for Youth for India program and Commonwealth Scholarship from Dundee University. He has also chaired the jury for the Regional and Health Impact Prize multiple times and Tata Social Enterprise Challenge. I will now request our guest speaker to please take over. Over to you, sir.
Great. I will ask 3 questions right now. First of all, apologies, I was late and it's Monday, so you can understand. Apologies for that, so sincere apologies for that. Second of all, কতজন first year আছে? How many first years are there? 3. How many second years are there? Good. How many third years are there? Amazing. Okay, great. So now I want to ask you a question. Which language would you prefer me to speak? Bangla, কতজন হাত তুলবে? Okay. English? Hindi? Okay, I will speak in Bangladesh Hindi or something. Good. Alright? Fine. So, keeping the audience in mind, I have tried to make this presentation as much as quirky as possible. There might be some content which might be a bit matured, but I hope you guys are all mature. You guys are reading in engineering college, so some content is mature. So, be rest assured about it. It will start off in that fashion itself. I would really like to thank Dr. Topan sir when he said the fact that about 90 to 90, it's not 90%, actually 95 to 97% of the startups really do fail. And the main reason they do fail is because of the product market fit. It's a very, very relevant point which you pointed out, and I'm really thankful to you. And being in the market research field for the last 7 years and in the engineering field for the last 7 years as an organization of mine, I'll try to explain this thing as a dummy, for the dummies, or for the beginners 101. Alright? Ready? Cool? Ready? Yes, sir. Ready? Yes, sir. Great, let's begin. So, trying to make sense of product market fit, because I'm very sure এখন সবার কাছে এরকমই লাগছে যে what is this product market fit is all about. Second slide. What's your content? First you will see. First slide. I will go by the index, what exactly we are going to show. First is B2C versus B2B. Intentionally I'm doing it because there is a first year, second year and third year. That's the reason I'll start off from the base. I'll make you guys understand what is branding, marketing and sales. Third is product versus services, what is market, and I will give you two case studies, two practical case studies, okay? So that it's useful for you to understand. I mean, case study example, okay? Next slide, please. Oh, sorry, I start off with the mature content, intentionally. So, how many of you guys understand what is B2C and how many of you guys understand B2B? Akjon Hattur, Badujon Hattur, what's it called?
B2B is business to business. Means
give me an example.
A company is selling something, right, which will be buying by a company.
Correct. Very well.
B2C is company is buying something which is buying by us. I mean, normal people.
Simple thing. Flipkart is selling your product to an individual end, like everybody of us, like over here. And B2B, an organization. Consider the fact that you are a business. So Amazon is selling to a business individual like me or somebody like that. So Amazon business is there, Uber business is there. I'm sure if you guys go and go through the app properly, you will see that there is Uber business, there is Amazon business and everything like that. So is it clear? B2C versus B2B, is it clear? I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Good. Let's move. Now, I'll start off with intentionally a bit to clear this concept, because when I go to the IIMs, many times I see this basic concept is not also clear. That's why I'm going to start it off with discussion. Okay. When you see these two logos on the right hand side, tell me what brand comes into your mind. On the right hand side, same unison, it's fine.
Apple and right side.
Apple and Nike. Okay. So the question arises: why Apple and Nike? If you can just see the logo and it comes into your mind, why is that? The reason is very simple, because it really has ingrained into your brain so much. This brand has ingrained so much in your mind, so it actually has created somewhere, somehow, an image in your mind itself. So whenever you see an apple, a bitten apple, so you understand this is the brand Apple we are talking about, right? Now, whenever we see this swoosh sign, we understand the fact that it is the Nike symbol. So this is a brand actually. It's doing nothing but branding. To be some extent, I have also done a bit of branding of mine. So if you go to my website or anything like that, we all have hand-drawn pictures over here of Sherlock Holmes or the brand or something like that. That's very intentionally done actually. Why? Because when you go and visit our website or anything like that, it creates an impact on your mind. That's branding is all about, okay? I'll move on to the next part, that's marketing. Marketing is nothing but, IPL is coming up, right?
Yes.
IPL is coming up.
Yeah.
So what will happen on that point of time? Everybody is going to say and talk about their products on their commercials. See? We'll see on the commercials that, okay, fine, for 5 second slots, 10 second slots, there will be commercials over there, correct? And on those commercials, what's going to happen is it's going to try and acquire, it's going to try to promote the product and acquire the customers as well, correct? It will make you know a product has come, a new product has been launched, and they will try to acquire a new customer as well, correct? That's what marketing is all about. Sales, that's why I made again a meme. I don't know who you are, but would you like to buy a car from me? I'm sure you guys do receive a lot of sales calls. I'm sure everybody of you guys receive sales calls. That you want to subscribe to a credit card. But do you even know that person? No. You don't know that person actually, right? You are just being bombarded with a sales call or a marketing sales call or a sales email so that you can buy that product. Okay? Sales is not entirely about making that person know about their brand or anything like that. Sales is very direct. Do you want to buy it or not? So do you understand there's a differentiation between branding, marketing and sales? Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's move on. Okay, I'll now talk about product versus services. Okay, what is a product? I've given an example of Kubera. I'm sure some of you guys over here do invest in stock markets or things like that, right? পড়াশোনায় মন দাও, stock market এ পড়ো না, পড়াশোনায় মন দাও. But it's fine. It's okay to be smart. Even I used to do it. It's totally fair. So the point is very simple that in Kolkata, what is happening? You're logging in over there. There's some features over there which helps you to invest either into stock markets or into bonds or into digital gold or something like that. Correct? But it's not very personalized. It's not very personalized because it's technology driven. Are you understanding that thing? Like when you go to an Amazon, I'm going to give you an example. If you go to an Amazon, over there you say that this is the product I want to buy, this is the features I have, these are the things which I'm looking for. Great, okay? But it's not personalized. Like if you go to a Lokhi Bhandar or something like that, it will explain you and say that, hey, আমার বাড়ি যেমন সামনে দামোদর ছিল একজন, সে দামোদর বলতো আমি যখন বড় হচ্ছে তোমাদের মতন হচ্ছে, এই যে কলেজে যাচ্ছ এখন একটু এক্সট্রা মেখে যাও তো ভালো লাগবে, মেয়েদের ভালো লাগবে। So it's like that. It's personalized. It's hyper personalized, which a product will never be able to do it because product is about acquiring a lot of customers and trying to reach out to multiple individual customers over it. Okay, and that's why it's a differentiator. The product is more scalable because people can download millions of product from an app store, right? Also, it's more technologically driven. Like it will give you suggestions. However, okay, who's this guy on the right hand side? Of course not me. Do you know him? Of course you won't know him. He's my financial advisor. So he's a services guy. He gives me services. He tells me, hey, Sayantan, you're earning this amount of money. Why don't you invest into it? Hey Sayantan, right now the stock market is going down. Why don't you invest in sovereign bond? So that's a human-driven thing. Are you understanding what I'm trying to put forward here? Right? So product versus services over here. Very simple. So right now, slide 1, let's do a recap. First we have done branding, B2C versus B2B. Number 2, product versus services. Number 3, branding versus marketing versus sales. Now I will come to the product fit. মানে যদি বেস যদি ডেটা স্ট্রাকচারটাই না ভালো করে পড়ো তাহলে ভবিষ্যতে হবে কি করে? তাই কি এখনো জিজ্ঞেস করতে দিতে পারবো। Thanks to all of you guys. Okay. I will now come to the segmentation strategies. Okay, মানে market fit টা হয় কি করে? How does this market fit happens? It happens in 3 fashion. One is called the demographic fashion, where the gender is being taken into consideration, where the geography is being taken into consideration, where the age group is being taken into the consideration, where your economic strata is being taken into consideration. And all of these things, okay? That's what the demographic part comes into the picture. Now comes the second part, that's called the psychographic segmentation. And I will give you guys an example right now. Ja bolbo udharon dibo, thik ache? Market diye যখন আমরা কথা বলি তোর একটা উদাহরণ কি নিউ মার্কেট, correct? I'm sure everybody has gone to new market, right?
Yes.
Christmas ছিল সামনে, সবাই মাথায় লাল টুপি পরে চলে গেছে ওখানে, সেলফি তুলেছে, very nice. Please don't do it. Anyway. So what happens over there now, that's a market, right? A lot of people are going over there. Dhoro Kolkata or Kolkata suburb e lokjon jacche tara ke jinish kinche okhane. Correct? That's a market, correct? We all agree with that thing? Now let's see a product out of it. Nouns. Nouns is key. It's a product, right? It's a product. It's not a services, it's a product, right? So we go over there, we go and buy the product. Now Nahoms knows it very well how to market their product over there. They know during the December, there will be a lot of people, it's like a, what to say, it's like a lifestyle of Kolkata. And that's where the psychography is coming to the path. মানে গোটা বছর হয়তো নরমাল কিছু particular customers like there are a lot of customers who go every evening and buy some rolls and things like that from there itself, cream rolls and things like that. But still, December 24 তারিখে ঝেঁটিয়ে লোক চলে যাবে নাহমের সামনে। Why? There is a reason behind it because Nahom does cater to the psychographic segmentation. আমি হাসি মজা করে তোমাদেরকে একটু কিছু সিরিয়াস জিনিস বলছি কিন্তু সাইকোগ্রাফিক মানে হচ্ছে সেন্টিমেন্টালি বা তাদের লাইফস্টাইলের সাথে তোমার ম্যাচ করে প্রোডাক্টটাই বিক্রি করে। The biggest example of psychographic segmentation comes with Apple actually. There are a lot of people I know who just wants to buy an apple just to be a part of a lifestyle or to be part of the ecosystem. And data. So, but again, that's a huge segmentation over there actually. Okay. So that's the psychographic segmentation. The last part is called behavioral segmentation. Behavioral segmentation is all about, let's take an example. How many of you guys have Myntra on your app? I expect that women will be having more. Okay, men is having more. So if you go to Myntra's website app, you'll see that they'll keep on giving you almost notifications at every goddamn point of time. You see a product, they'll say that, hey, why don't you try this one? Or if you put something on the cart, this product is going to increase its price in the next 2 hours. What a deadline. Right? So why does all these things happen? The reason is very simple, because they have understood what? The behavioral segmentation. That means that you're looking into the product, you're looking into the app, they're looking into the entire path, what you're doing. So market is actually divided into 3 parts. First, demographic, which we mentioned, psychographic segmentation, and behavioral segmentation. Already I don't have to interesting. Okay, let's make it interesting. Next slide. Sheet There's a reason behind it, and this is I'm going to give you I will try to give examples which are very true in life, and which will explain how it actually works with a very real life example. So 2.5 years back, like when the COVID was just getting over and things like that, I used to enjoy a beer with when I was watching a football match. This is when I was in Singapore, Barcelona won something, I took a bottle of Cyan, and I was kissing it, thinking it is my Champions League was not Champions League, they are not winning Champions League from 2015, unfortunately. But something they won, I think a Copa del Rey or something. And I was very happy, and I was doing this kind of shit, and you can see that again. But after the COVID got over, I decided that I'll stop drinking. Even after watching a football match or something like that. And I took a decision that I don't want to drink anymore, even while watching a football match. Now, then I thought, what should I do? What do I have as an alternative? I need to do something, right? Then comes the next part. Next slide, please. Okay, can you do me a favor? Go to the group, please. Then, the Champions League final was happening. The Champions League final was happening, and the main sponsor was Heineken Zero. Now, Heineken Zero is a lifestyle product which aims to users like me who wants to give up alcohol. When they're watching, like we were just having alcohol while we were watching sports. So try and understand the customer segmentation fit which they're trying to do over here. There's a product, that's Heineken Zero, which looks like a beer. However, it caters to a very specific market segment. Folks who are giving up alcohol and want to lead a healthy lifestyle. And then I watch this ad. That's Heineken Zero. Please scroll down. I'm saying. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, good. So this is the first ad. The wait was the ad which Heineken started off promoting their Heineken Zero actually, when that lockdown was happening. That how long should we wait for the football to start? That was the first promotion they did, because they have already realized that lockdown has created a lot of lifestyle changes in human beings. So they understood the market is already there. And then I got interested what this product is all about. So now they're attracting its customer to the path of buying that product. Okay. So if we scroll down, so you can see that there is an example of UEFA Champions League final which is only talking about Heineken Zero and nothing else. And they have now started to promote its product slowly and steadily just after the lockdown. Scroll down, please. Scroll down. Wait. So now they entirely designed the final according to the theme of Heineken Zero. Scroll down, please. Let's show you some pictures of it. Scroll down. Go on. No problem. Go on. Go on. Go on. So this is where I think the match between Bayern Munich and PSG happened. And these are the pictures. You can see that the entire final is designed accordingly like that. So they are slowly and steadily targeting to the customers who wants to give up the habit. Scroll down. Let's stop here. So you can see that this is where exactly they have started to brand and they have started to fit to the customer itself. Move on to the next part. Move on to this. Now, I'm going to show you a video. So then I got excited about what this product is all about. Okay, and then I started to follow its ad. I started to see what exactly this product is all about. And then I'm showing you a video over here. So now it starts to target the target audience like us with very specific ads. So it's starting to create the product market fit over here. Now, every product has its obstacles. What's the obstacle? The first obstacle which happens whenever you go to a product is whenever you go to a party or whenever you guys grow up or something like that, or maybe in a corporate event, you might be told that, hey, you don't drink, what's up, like what's wrong? Why you are being a sore thumb or something like that? It's a major obstacle which Heineken Zero faced on that point of time. And that's where they were facing the product market fit problem over there. And how to overcome that obstacle, I'm going to show you a video. Great. Yeah. So now do you understand that how they overcome the obstruction? They package the bottle exactly to look like a bottle of a beer. So that's where the product market fit. So the last obstacle which they had, they completely overcame that thing, and now they become a great product market fit. Now they have become such a large brand actually. Now what they want to do is that they want to target two audiences. For example, the countries where alcohol is not allowed, like Qatar, that's the reason for which Bud Zero was being promoted very heavily over there, number one. Number two, to the audience of 18 to 25 years of age, where people don't want to really drink alcohol, and you should not actually. For that, here comes the last video. Yes. You all know that the Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming up, right? Yeah. And that's the reason, here goes the video. Alcohol free. So now they're going after the larger audience. So do you understand the path of the product market fit over here? Step one, when they realized that Corona is coming to an end, people are changing their lifestyle, like folks like me, and they started to find out people, and they strategically placed this product during the Champions League 2020 finals. Step one. Step two, great, they have got some success. now they face obstacles, and that's the reason they repackage their entire bottle just to look like a beer bottle itself, so that nobody feels socially awkward. Step 3 now, they want to target now to the audiences who do not have alcohol in their country, for example, Bud Zero in the Qatar World Cup, and finally into this one, the 18 to 25 years of audience who's watching a Marvel movie, and so that it can be promoted to them. This is a perfect way of creating a product market fit which has been given. I give you a live example of myself and how I went through the entire path of it. The last example, which will be, next. Okay. I'll give you the example over here of a B2B product. Okay. So in this B2B product, we are showing you a product called Workiva. Workiva is a New York Stock Exchange product, one of my clients. So what Workiva does actually is, Workiva creates reporting, be it any reporting actually. It can be a reporting of financial reporting, management reporting, SEC reporting, environment reporting, year-end reporting and everything. Now, what we have done, so we are doing a product market fit for them. We are trying to make Workiva to go to the market and capture audience. So what we are doing over here is, we are finding out the keywords or the features of the product. So you can see that financial reporting is there, planning and analysis there, data reporting, visualization, KPI reporting, EPM, and all those keywords or the features of the product we have assembled together so that people can understand what are the features of this product are, and then they buy the product. So step 1, finding the product and finding the features of the product. That's step 1. Step 2, next step is finding the target audience. So for reporting, banking is a place. I'm sure you guys download a lot of bank statements and things like that. Just imagine the fact for a banking vertical, how much amount of reporting they do have to do every day itself. So for those reasons, banking will be the perfect vertical fit for them. Apart from that, that's why we mentioned energy and utilities, government, higher education, and things like that. So we are creating a B2B market fit, B2B product market fit over here. Finally, these are the generic designations who will be willing to buy that product. So here also in the B2B space, somebody will be buying that product, right? So here is going to be a CFO, a chief financial officer is going to buy it. Or maybe a director of financial planning or a DB6 or controller. So here in this B2B example, what I'm showing you, Workiva is a product, target audience is going to be from the big banking or financial services or government or something like that. And finally, the end customers are going to be a CFO or a director of financial reporting or something like that. Next slide. We also create messaging. Let's not go into that right now. So you need to message to the people, right? So that they understand the product. I have even examples of it, so let's not go into that right now. Last. Don't click. Next slide. Let's see. Yeah, perfect. So I've created a summary, very simple summary I've created over here. Number 1, what it is? Develop a product keeping its mind, its competitors and unique features, of course. The unique features, Zero was a very unique product. And it had its own unique features. So it promoted its own unique features all the time itself. Okay. Second is that define the target audience, like target audience like me, or the CFO, in the B2C example or the B2B example. And finally, write messaging to the target audience. You need to craft the right messaging. Like in the case of Zero, they made their, I showed you all the videos, how they made it very hyper customized to all kind of audiences. One was a football audience, number 1. Number 2 was the audience of 18 to 25 years of age. And finally, countries which don't sell alcohol. That's it. And in the case of B2B, I showed you, I didn't show you the messaging of that. I do have the example. I'll show it later on actually. Last slide. Questions? Any questions you guys might have? Good. Where did you come up over here? Come, say your name first, your stream.
Good evening, sir, and everyone. My name is Ayush, and I would like to ask you. So, sir, as you said that the marketing fit and about the product, so I would like to ask you how to understand which product can fit in this segmentation or any other segmentation according to the market fit. Because if we send messages, as you said, if we send email, and some people don't like to receive emails, and some people don't like to receive sales calls. So what can be done significantly differently that can be good for the marketing and will not affect the social behavior of consumer, because they would not like so many costs. So yes, sir, this is my question.
So that's a very good question actually. So if you go to Europe, there's a rule called GDPR. In the case of GDPR, you can't really email them, or in Australia as well, or in US as well, there's an app called Can Spam Act or something like that. It's a very relevant problem. But this problem can be solved if you understand your product very well. If you know what your product does, if you know what exactly your product's features are, then you can map the features of the product who are going to buy the product. That's why I showed you the Workiva example a bit in a hurry, because I know Workiva is going to be a bit boring. The features of Workiva was the financial reporting and things like that. You need to understand who exactly is working on the financial reporting. And you need to do a background search that which organizations are facing losses right now. If an organization A is facing losses right now, that means that they want to really assimilate all the reports and want to know what exactly we should do. Should we sell off a product or sell off a subsidiary of the company or not? That's where you need to do a bit of intent marketing. Now that goes to a different direction altogether. You need to find out which organization has the intent to buy the product. The moment you find the intent to buy the product, you don't have to make hundreds of phone calls, you don't have to send thousands of emails. Then you can, and then accordingly, you need to understand who is buying your product. So, target your messaging accordingly to the person who is buying the product. Just like the Heineken Zeros, which they did. So, I think that's it. Next question. Any questions? Good. Very good. Alright. My job is done. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful session. It was really interesting. Now, I would like to request Professor Ajanta Palit ma'am to felicitate our alumni for his efforts and contributions on the occasion of the Startup Day celebration.
I hope so.
Now I would request Professor Shubha Sharkar ma'am to present certificate of appreciation and token of appreciation to our guest speaker.
I would request Professor Shudita Dr. sir to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Shudita and Sampurna. And thank you to those anchors here. They anchored throughout the session, and I'd like to say that on behalf of IICBIT and the calendar activity team, I am very much honored to give this vote of thanks to Sayantan for his valuable speech, obviously, on that product market fit. The thing is, here I am not only to say that all our team members, but students and all those participants, they were actually enlightened in this seminar, and one time I found that they all attentively hearing this thing, and their ex-alumni they are meeting, they asked lots of questions, but that really relevant question obviously, and Sayantan did a great job for them obviously. I am grateful to our principal sir, Dr. N.C. Ghosh. He gave us all those confidence that we can organize all those seminars. Always thankful to our IIC President Kolkata, Dr. Tapan Kumar Pal sir, Vice President of IICBIT, Professor Devalina Barik ma'am, the convener of IICBIT, and all their presence here. I would like to thank all the head of the departments and Techno India Group for organizing this kind of thing in our college. IIC coordinators, they are always with us, and always I would like to thank them, because otherwise this event could not be possible to have. I would like to thank especially to my team, calendar activity team, our advisor Mookherjee ma'am, Professor Kuntola Das, Sutopa Roy Mistro, Professor Sayantan Sinha, Professor Rajesh Rai, Professor Shubha Sarkar, Professor Vishwajit Maiti, Mrs. Shreyashi Mitro, Mrs. Orpita Chakraborty, Mrs. Tunna Chakraborty, and Professor Priyali Pradhan. And also for this particular activity, I am thankful to our celebration activity team and the team members, Professor Sayantan Sinha, coordinator, Professor Ajanta Palit ma'am, advisor, Professor Shubhrata Chakraborty ma'am, Professor Antara Mookherjee, Sukhendu Pal, Mr. Sukhendu Pal, Sukhendu Roy, Professor Devolina Dotto, Mrs. Orpita Chakraborty, Professor Suchishmita Pal, and Professor Avanti Dotto. I would like to thank those student volunteers, and obviously student volunteers throughout the last 3 days, they tried to make everything being perfect. Our anchors, Deepita and Sampurna, flyer and banner designers, Shormishta and Krishna. Shormishta and Krishna, obviously. Videographer Dipanjan, here we got also support from Shreya Bhuya, and I forget your name, please.
Sharup Shah.
Okay, and I found that at the last moment he supported us, Sharup. Thank you also. I will always remember the contribution of the faculty members of IICBIT, Electronics and Communication Engineering, Biotech, CSA, AIML, and Basic Science Department. Non-teaching staff, they played a big role, particularly today. Whenever we need, we get their support. So a big thanks to them. Finally, you are participants, you make this event successful. So always a big hand to you. Thank you.